This is Combat365.tv. Like and subscribe for more hard-hitting combat sports content. Andreas Georgiou backstage at Glory 54, now joined by Bailey Sugden and his father Dean. There's a massive amount of frustration in the, and there's smiles, but there's frustration at the same time with how that fight ended with Aleksei Ulianov. He drags you down to the canvas, cuts his eye, and then the doctor informs the referee to stop the fight. It's a no contest. You thought it was a win in that moment. It was announced as a no contest. Firstly, you, Bailey, come on, like, what are your initial thoughts after that happened? Because your reaction was, I've just won a fight here.
Yeah, and I have just won a fight. No matter what the announcer says, I won that fight. Everyone knows it. He caused the clash of heads and he cut himself on me. That's a win. So I'm taking it as a win, but I'm ready to bounce back in there and fight anyone. He's clearly not, because he's got a cut in his head and he's probably crying. But at the end of the day, I'm ready to go whenever. So I'm happy because I performed well. I won the first round. So I'm happy, and through the injury as well, and to perform against number 10 ranked fighter in the world, I'm happy. I'm very, very happy.
We'll talk about the injury in a second. Dean, by the definition of a no contest is an unintentional foul in the sense of what happened out there. You seem to feel otherwise.
Absolutely, because I don't think it was an unintentional foul, because he initiated that takedown. So how is that unintentional? And the referee asked for advice on that, and he was given advice, but he was asked, what did he see? And I think he's made a mistake, because what he's just said to me is he saw Aleksei initiating a foul, but then caused a clash of the heads. Now, if he's initiated it and there's been a clash of the heads, then that should be an instant disqualification. The fact that he couldn't continue, that should have meant, at least for Bailey, a win, either because the referee stopped the contest, either because the doctors advised the referee to stop the contest, or because it's an illegal move. You know, when did takedowns become, part of glory? Seriously?
Well, never.
They're not. So, and how many times was he warned prior to that for clinching? So it doesn't matter what anybody says. The bottom line is this: he got cut through his own endeavours. And that is the detail that we need to remember. And we're not going to bitch about the fact that we didn't get a hand raised, but, for me, I just think we should all be accountable, and we should all go away and reflect and then consider. Yeah, we made a little bit of noise in there, but I don't think we were disrespectful. I think we're just very passionate people. We believe, after the very little training that Bailey had for this fight, that, in your hometown, in your home city, in your home country, you should get a fair crack of the whip. And that wasn't fair. I don't think it was. Would that have happened in Russia, do you think? Yeah, you don't need to say anything, do you? Because we all know the answer. Because us Brits are just too safe, aren't we? We're never, he's not safe. He lives on the edge, and that's why he's special, and that's why Glory love him. But look, it's not about Aleksei Ulianov. It really isn't. He's somebody in the way, but he's not. I don't think he is in the way, because I think Bailey's just given him a nightmare on 3 weeks training.
Yeah. I mean, just the final point on that now, how do you even resolve a situation like that? Because we can't do live replays, he can't confer with any of his judging team.
He did.
Okay.
Yeah, he actually admitted he did, and I didn't think that was part of it either. So that's for me something that I think we all need to just be man enough to sort of question. And look, honestly, we all make mistakes. I make mistakes every day, and that is not the issue here. The issue is that hopefully, if we don't go away and go, okay, we made a mistake, then we don't learn from that. And what's unfortunately happened to Bailey tonight, we hope doesn't happen to somebody else. And my point is that can only not happen if somebody goes, well, actually, you're right. And I might not have been too articulate when I explained my frustration on the night, but that was the point. He caused the intentional foul. The intentional foul was not Bailey. There's no way. Look, you replay that as many times as you want. He took Bailey to the ground, and as a result of taking Bailey to the ground, what is this? Not MMA. He gets cut, and then we get penalised by no contest. No, that is not an unintentional foul. How is it an unintentional foul? That's the point. It's an intentional foul and a disqualification.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're in the UK, but even if we weren't, I think wherever you go in the world, I think that should have been the decision.
Yeah. Controversial to say the least. Bailey, this fight almost didn't happen. There's been some medical problems there for yourself. Can you just kind of tell us what they were and how that has affected this fight, and how it nearly affected this fight, in fact?
Basically, I just had an injury to my chest. I had bruising on the bone from my previous fight in Los Angeles, and my physio thought I'd torn my intercostal muscles, but I hadn't. There's been like that since birth, so that's why the bruising was taking a bit longer to recover than normal. But we were advised not to fight, but we was never not going to fight. We're a fighter through and through. It's what I've done since I was a kid, and I'm not going to let all my fans down that came. I'm not going to let Glory down, Cor Hemmers. I'm not going to let him down. He's the matchmaker. I'm not going to have to ring up Cor and go, Cor, I can't fight. I came here and I fought with an injury that could have affected me, but I fought because I said I was coming to fight, and that's what I did.
And the good news is, you're all right.
I'm all good.
He's shadowboxing down the corridor because he feels like he's got a few more rounds left. So, it's just scary, the potential. That's what I'm going to say. He's 20 years of age. He's one of the youngest fighters on the Glory roster. And while people are talking about it, Bailey's doing it. And I'm not being funny. If you want to fight on Glory, you need to get your shit together, right? And I don't know if you need to edit that out, but you need to get your act together. And look, we've been doing Road to Glories now for a couple of years, and everybody was invited. Right, everybody was invited. So if they don't want to take part, then they can't go, oh, I should have been on Glory, I want to be on Glory. They need to get in the mix. And ultimately,
is this a Mo Durham thing? Because there's been some conflicting reports on that.
Mo was in Road to Glory. He's got a contract with Glory, but his management and trainer said he wanted to do a Glory. So you need to speak to Mo and ask his manager, who said to me he didn't want me to act on his behalf in any way, shape or form. And why would I? He's got nothing to do with me, and he's got nothing to do with Bailey. But what you got to remember is this, and my boys have always been prepared to fight, right? And come on, he got offered good money. He didn't want to do it. He went to New York and got knocked out in the first round. Bailey went and beat Arthur Sorsor. That wasn't expected. Chen Long Zhang's beating Adrian Maxim tonight. Bailey beat Adrian Maxim. He's beaten him twice now, hasn't he? So what can they do? What can they all bitch about? Beat Bailey. It's all to do with his dad. It was nothing to do with his dad. It's to do with him. Because at the end of the day, we can fight. And if somebody wants to, have a fight, then hey, they've come to the right family, haven't they?
I'll agree. Look, Bailey, we'll end this now with, there's a massive plan for Glory moving forward in the UK. I'm assuming correctly that you're part of that plan and the Sugden family is part of that plan. Where do you fit in? Are you the poster boy? And how influential, he's winking there, how influential are you in terms of them reintroducing themselves in the UK?
I am the plan. That is the plan, me. That's why they're coming back to the UK. What else is there? Do you know what I mean? I am the plan for Glory coming back to the UK. I'm the poster boy, I'm the UK's #1 fighter, I'm one of the best world fighters, and I'm the most exciting fighter on the Glory roster, the most entertaining, I'm the funniest, probably the best looking as well. But that's why I am the plan for Glory for the UK. They've used me because they want me to sell tickets over here, and they want to boost the UK fan base all over the world as well.
Yeah, it was interesting earlier before Bailey fought because we were going to try and take him to meet somebody outside, and we didn't get very far. We got about 50 yards and he was swamped, and people that we don't even know were coming up and saying, "Oh, can I have your autograph? Can I have a photograph with you?" And that was really, really nice because it just kind of reinforces the support. And I've had a lot of good messages left, in the build-up to this fight from some people who are very well established. And they've talked about being inspired not just by the boys but by everything that we've done. And look, I'm not in this because I want to be Mr. Big in kickboxing. I've never ever wanted to be Mr. Big. All I want to be is give these guys a platform to fight. Tonight was about Bailey, but it was also about finding some new UK talent, and I think we've done that. William Goldie Galloway, what did he do against Gashi? Oh my God, he didn't get the tactics quite right, but at 20 years of age, Gashi came over and said to me, that fighter's got the biggest pair of gonads I've ever seen because I hit him with everything and he hurt me. And and he was way off his mark. He wasn't on his A game, but that was probably something to do with the big stage. Yeah. Adam Hadfield, look how well he did. Yeah, absolutely tremendous. There's going to be a great final between Jamie Bakes and Mark Timms. Yeah. I mean, how exciting is that? For me, it's not about Dean Sugden. It's about the fighters, because this is the platform. They've got to go and fight on the big stage. Chad enjoyed success on Glory, but we've all done it the hard way. I remember Cor Hemmers saying to me when I watched Road to Glory, I couldn't believe the route that you gave your own son. Because let's be clear on this, I decided Hooley fought, not Glory, and he's like, why would you do that? And I said, I did it because I didn't want anybody to go bitching about, oh, Bailey had an easy route. He didn't have an easy route, he had a hard route. And you know what, he came through it, and a lot of people wouldn't have even fought in the final, but Bailey did, and if he'd have had another 10 seconds in the first round, you know, we wouldn't have been getting all this blah, blah, blah going on in the background. But it's unimportant because Bailey's career has gone up, you know, and if somebody wants to play with Bailey now, they need to get in Glory, don't they? Because why would we fight in the first division when we can fight in the Premier Division? It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So we're not arrogant, we're humble people. And like I said, open invitation, if anybody wants to come and have a little spar, we love sparring partners. Sparring's great, you know, it saves us travelling. You know, if somebody wants to come down, sometimes there's only Cheltenham and Bailey there, so you know, come down and have some fun.